All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking a little bit about OP08 in today's video. And we're also going to be focusing on Red Yellow Sabo, okay? Now, this will not be a deep dive video into Red Yellow Sabo. It's not going to be a comprehensive deck guide or anything like that. In fact, today's video will probably even be a little bit shorter than normal because that's kind of the format I want to shift to for the weekends. Just to help me out on the weekends, and while still pumping out a video every single day. I'm probably going to try to make my weekend videos a little bit shorter. But with all that in mind, guys, let me give you all a quick layout for today's video because we do have quite a bit to talk about, some pretty fun stuff. And I will say up front, guys, OP08 spoilers, OP08.5 spoilers in today's video because that will be kind of a big focus for today's video. And as usual, I'll have everything timestamped in the general description, so you can just hop to wherever you want to in here. Okay, so first up, we're going to go over another community gameplay review. I'm still trying to come up with a good name for that. Some people have suggested some decent names for it, but I'm still waiting for the perfect name. And for the time being, we'll just call it the community gameplay review. That's going to be a game of Red Yellow Sabo versus Black Yellow Luffy. Very fun stuff there. Then we're going to go over some meta information from the East. From the most recent tournament, which was, I think, 3 or 4 days ago or something like that, or maybe it was last week at this point, where there was a big tournament that happened, and there was some information there that we're going to have to go over pertaining to Red Yellow Sabo. We'll get to that when we get to it. Then we will check out some of the new ST support coming out for Red Yellow Sabo, which will be an ST20, which is the new yellow starter deck in 8.5, in OP08.5, and then we'll do ST15, which is the new Edward Newgate deck coming out in the new ST stuff in OP08.5. Then we'll do a game on the sim of Green Blue Zonji. That'll be me playing a new build I'm working on. That's going to be a lot of fun. There might be something to that deck. We'll have to see in a minute. Or we'll have to see when we get there. And then finally, we'll do a deck analysis of that Zonji deck and break it down and talk about it. All right, so you know what you're getting into, guys. Let's go ahead and dive into this. No art critique today. Like I said, I think I mentioned this last week. I'm trying to make my weekend videos a little bit shorter. And because that, we'll be cutting out the art critique on the weekend videos. All right, let's do this. Let's dive into this. I don't know why I took my glasses off. It's just like a habit. All right, so first up, we have the community gameplay review. Let's check that out first. Right here, so I'm on a channel. Someone submitted me their content to go over. This guy's name here is Lake Wolf on YouTube. I will post that in the comments section so you can check him out if you want to. Seems like a really cool guy. I believe he's one of my Brazilian players. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comment section if I'm off on that. I believe his name's Iago. And a really cool guy, but he goes by Lake Wolf on YouTube. And he said, "Hey man, can you review my Sabo my Sabo games?" And it was like, absolutely. He also sent me Sabo and some Katakuri stuff, and we'll be checking these out slowly over time, going back to it. But like I said, this is a great. Hey, if you're a new content creator, if you submit me stuff to review on my channel, I will gladly plug your channel in my video. You understand what I'm saying? Like what I'm doing right now? It's like, hey guys, check this guy out. If you're trying to start up, this is a good way to do it. Okay, and just make sure you tell me that when you submit the video. It's in my Discord. I guess I should break that down real quick. If you're interested in putting out a video, I actually made this little advertisement thing here. Move my head on top of it. If you're interested in me reviewing your gameplay and likewise, plugging your channel, right? Then hop on the Discord, and we'll talk about it on there if you don't know what to do. Okay, very simple though. You just record your game, upload it to YouTube, send me the link, and I review it when it's when I get to your spot in the line. Because we got a line, guys. We got about 15 videos. We're about 15 videos deep. So, but hey, it comes around faster than you think, right? I get through these pretty quick. I do a video every single day, so it is just a matter of time before I get to it. Okay, now let's go ahead and break this down, guys. So he submitted me this guy. His name is, like I said, I believe his name is Iago on the Discord. And he sent me this video. I'm going to have it in this format because he did something that I absolutely love, and I didn't even know this was an option to do on the sim. Notice where it blocks out the names down here and up here, so we don't know who the person is we're playing against. I love that. I don't want to see any names. And even over here, look at this. It says opponent and you. That's exactly what I want, right? Like, that's like exactly what I'm going for. Really good stuff there. That way I don't even have to make a template for this, for this style here. Now, it is the way that it's recorded, the way he does his recording, it's a little bit smaller. It's harder to see, but that's okay. We can still see it just fine. All right, so real quick, let's go ahead and go to the, I guess I went through this game somehow. Sorry, guys. We're going to start at the very beginning because we're going to look at the deck list first. In this video, he even has the deck list. Perfect, right? Absolutely perfect. So real quick, this is the Red Yellow Sabo list that he's running. Notice, excuse me. He is running 2 cards in the list that can attach Dawn for free to a character or to a leader in the 5-cost Yamato and the 1-cost Nami. One thing I will recommend, I'm sure Iago knows this, I have not talked to him, but one thing I will recommend over the Nami is there is a 1-cost searchable Koala that is a promo card that has Nami's effect. Other than that, I really like the way this list looks, because that'd be the only improvement, but I don't think that promo is even out yet, and maybe that's why it's not in the list, because it's not available to us yet in the West. I don't believe it is. Okay, now, anyway, let me make sure we're on 2x speed. We're on 2x speed. The quality's up. So let's go ahead and get into this game, guys. All right, so here we go. Starting off on turn 1, he says, good luck, have fun. Very nice. Always a good way to start the game off. And he is going first. Sabo probably does want to go first. I do think that is, let me move my head out of the way over here, guys. I'm actually going to move it over to here, so that way we can still see the cards and all that stuff. So Sabo does want to go first, so he can drop down the card we see at the top right here, Nami. That is a great turn 1 play. It might get removed, but oh well, it is what it is. And even if you don't get Nami on turn 1, this deck is running a Searcher in Bello Betty, where it's going to have 2 potential turn 1 plays that are both very, very strong. Okay, so with that in mind, all right, looks like he's going to start off with Nami. He's got his, he's actually, I was going to say, I like playing out the Searcher way better here, because next turn you could just play out the Nami still and attach that Dawn to someone like you didn't even have to use it. Whereas the Bello Betty Searcher loses a lot of gas on turn 2, because this allows you to search for something. Now, unfortunately, it is a whiff. Notice there are no... Now, it would not be a whiff if we had this card as the new Koala card that does the same effect as Nami, but again, I think this person is playing it like this because it's not available to us in the West yet. Okay, so he's going to send those packing to the bottom. Not a big deal. He did still get to develop a body. That was just unfortunate. Now, Black Yellow Luffy is a hard deck it's hard for a lot of decks to play against. But you see that card in the far left of our hand over here on the Sabo player's hand, all the way on the far left? That is a 5-cost Luffy. It's just an alternate art version of the 5-cost unblockable Rush Luffy. That card is Black Yellow Luffy's worst nightmare. It is absolutely disgusting against Black Yellow Luffy. Okay? Because he gets through the blocker, right? Good stuff. So right here, attach a Dawn. Gonna just swing for 8. I do like that, because I was going to say I think it would be nice to swing for 5 and 5, but at the same time, Black Yellow Luffy wants to go down in life. So I like swinging for just the single attack. If you're going to swing at all, I like just going with 1 attack, you know, to put on a little bit of pressure, not overextending with your Bello Betty, and that, you know, because then they could just smash into it with like this Garp right here. Okay, they're going to swing for 5, and of course, you don't typically want to take a hit early on with Red Yellow Sabo, but our opponent is already at 2 life. So we will get our Kikinojo triggers, Nekomamushi, whatever they might be running. I believe this list is only running Kikinojo. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens here. So this is a 5-Dawn play for the Sabo, and I personally, like, I haven't seen this yet. What I would be doing personally here is I would go 2 into the Garb. I just like to keep their board nice and like minimized, or like make it at, just take everything off the board that we can, because we're not really in a rush. Like, oh, you know, what if Luffy starts swinging for like 11k a turn, like we know it can do later in the game? Who cares? We're just going to gain that life back every single turn. As long as we can continue to get rid of their board and just go over the course of the long, extend over the whole course of the game, and then establish 1 strong Luffy and just OTK them in 1 turn, we're going to be fine. So let's just like eat up this board here and not give them any extra cards to hand, and help them out by getting them life. Now, 5-Dawn turn in this situation, okay, I probably would have established the 5-cost 6k body. And okay, I know you can't really go off this, but look at what it would have gotten. The next 3 cards would have been Morley and Zoro we can't get, but then we can get the Ivankov. So it could have gone like right into an Ivankov, I believe. I don't know. I think I would have probably gone with the 5-cost 6k top 3 searcher. Okay, so let's see what happens here. They're going to play out the Lindbergh, it looks like. Yep, establish a board. And like I said, I would just absolutely swing into this. I would have swung into the Garp with my Bello Betty. And it's like, hey, if they want to swing into that investing Dawn, by all means do it, right? By all means do it. All right, cool. So this guy did like a live recording, so someone just followed his channel when that happened. And like I said, I will link this guy's channel in the comment section below so you can hop straight to him and support him if you want to. Which, of course, guys, hey, these new content creators, we need support. Like, you know we need all the support we can get, as many follows, as many likes, shares, you know, comments, views, all that stuff. So help him out if you want to. All right, so right here, he's going to load up for 5 on Makino. This is crazy. We got some crazy stuff going on here. Yeah, I definitely would counter out because you know another attack's coming in for 6. And let's see what happens. Swing for 6. He's got to take this. He doesn't have a way to counter out of it. Gets a Shirai for the turn, gets a Koala from life. And right here, I would just get rid of this Makino, personally. Because a lot of people might be thinking, like, yeah, but why would I waste the attack? It's not actually a waste of an attack against Black Yellow Luffy. Because the larger their board is, guess what? The easier it is for them to replace the exact 5-cost characters they need when they start slinging out the 2-cost bodies and the Gecko Moria turns. Okay, it doesn't always help them, but sometimes it can. It can potentially help them. I've learned that the hard way, and I've gotten to benefit from that as well. Okay, so right here, let's see what happens. We're at 2 life. We can throw Kikinojo into our life anytime. I love that. 2 and a 0? Yes, absolutely. And right here, I don't think it even hurts to, you know, wait 1 more turn to attack, establish that 5-cost 6K. Okay, swing 7 with Kikinojo. I do like that. All right, let's see what happens here. Just waiting for the opponent to decide. Of course you take this if you're Luffy. If he doesn't take this, I'd be surprised. Yep, takes it. Now right here, go ahead and play out your... You could play out Shiraya or the Morley or the Imperial Ivankov. Okay, plays out that. That's, you know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad either. I would have put out the big body, though. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. I'm not saying this is a bad play. Morley, you'll be able to put it back in life to trigger into play. I get it 100%. But I like the against Luffy, the bigger bodies, the better. Because technically speaking, Morley can be very easily dealt with something like the 5-cost Rocket Boots Luffy. He can just pop that very, very easily. Whereas they have no way of popping Imperial Ivankov unless they're running the 5-cost Sabo. And it's like, sure, by all means play that Sabo, because then that messes up like everything. Okay, so Hiyori here, they're going to play the card out. They're going to snag the 5-cost, probably Black Sabo here, the blocker Sabo. Yep, draw 2, trash 2. They're at 7,000 power for the turn. And they only have 3 Dawn left, though, which is a little bit awkward. So they're only going to be able to get to 7,000 power this turn, but they will be able to refill 2 of their life cards. So let's see what they do. They're probably going to add both of those Luffys, because I think that's all they had was 2 Luffys in the trash. Yep, 3 Luffys. Look at that, guys. They had even 3 of these Luffys in the trash. Excuse me. Okay, so he's going to swing 7 or 10, excuse me, into the board. Never, ever is that the right play. You swing at life, even if it gives them a body. So Black Yellow Luffy players swinging at board in this situation with anything other than a 1 or 2 cost character just seems a little bit crazy to me. And that's coming from experience. You are on a clock. Well, now you just gave the Sabo player 1 extra turn to set up. Why would you be upset with him having a Kikinojo? Because he's going to swing with the Kikinojo into your life, right? You're a 7,000 power leader. It just, I don't know how to say it, guys. I'm sure there's a situation where you can go around this, but if you're playing Black Yellow Luffy and you're swinging at the board, you're probably losing the game. That's just the simple math. And I'm not talking about with these characters on the board. I'm talking about with your leader. You just have to keep them under pressure, or they can set up so easily, like in the position we're in right now. Because we're on turn, let me wait for this Luffy to get out of the way so we can see what turn we're on. Okay, I think we're on like turn 5, right? We should be on turn 5. And your opponent is at 3 life. Yeah, we're on turn 5. Your opponent is at 3 life, and they're going to gain another life this turn. The game is almost already over. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Black Yellow Luffy can't bring this back. We'll see what happens. Swinging 7 in like that, I like that a lot. I would let one of these attacks go through, by the way, if I was the Luffy, so I would only have to get rid of 1 on the following turn. In fact, I would probably let every one of these attacks go through until I can't. Like swinging for 7, you can absolutely have that Luffy, because I already have another one in my trash. Okay, there's the Morley. Now, Morley cannot be blocked, just like Luffy. Morley's like a miniature version of Luffy that does not have Rush, but it does have a trigger. The card cannot be blocked if it has 7,000 power or more. Swinging for 7 and 8, just let it go. Okay, pause. So I don't know who this Black Yellow Luffy player is, but you let both of those go through. You don't block them, you just let them go through. And you don't counter out or anything, so that way next turn, because the Sabo player only has 2 attacks left. So you let both of these go through to get through your two characters. I don't agree with that play here. Let these, because we know he has a 3rd Luffy of the same kind already in his trash he can bring back. I'm sorry, guys. For me personally, I think that was a misplay. Because then, if the player, the red yellow Sabo pause, if the red yellow Sabo player attacked all in there and dropped Luffy down to 0, which I'm not saying he would have, I don't know, but if he had done that, then you attach 2 to your Luffy, you play out Gecko Moria and do all the proper, I did that a little bit out of order. I guess it doesn't matter exactly which order you do it unless you need the Sabo in your trash, because then you could replace it with these extra characters on the board by playing out the 2 cost characters. But my point is, you go down to 0, you attach 2 to your leader, put the 2 cards in your life that you need, play out the Gecko Moria, bring back the 2 cost characters you need, and now you're a 9,000 power leader sitting behind multiple blockers. But against this leader, we see he has Morley. So we have to be very careful. That's one of the few cards I would go for on the board is a Morley, because it can't be blocked. So, all right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Really good stuff so far, though. I think our red yellow Sabo players playing excellent. Okay. Well, now the game's just over, right? Unless, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. No, he will be able to go up 1 life. I was like, wait a minute, you're just going to lose because you don't have a blocker, or I mean, because you won't have the 1 life. But it looks like he will. So this is interesting. I wonder if this guy meant to put the Sabo on top like that. Okay, pause. That had to have been a play mistake, because I think what he should have done there was keep the Sabo on the bottom, and he already has a Luffy in the trash. But why not grab the Sabo, the 2 cost Sabo blocker? Again, so there must have been some type of play mistake, because he should go down to 1 life but up to 9,000 power, and that changes this entire turn. Okay, let's see what happens here. The Luffy player only has 2 cards left in hand as well. Like, this is a very bad spot to be in. Okay, play out the Zoro. Very nice. Now we can use our Nami to get a free Dawn. So it looks like we're just going to start going 7s. Yeah, because he's only a 7,000 power leader now. Yeah, only a 7,000 power leader feels bad, man. Feels bad. Okay, so has to go up to 2. Wait, did he just lose a life? Hang on. So he countered out. So that was a blunder. All right, where's the chess accuracy meter? Where is it? There it is. Okay, nice. This has a little spot for me to put it on the side, too. So that would be considered a blunder. The opponent, the Black Yellow Luffy player, just 2K countered to get to 9,000 against a 9,000 power attack. So not only did they lose the 2K counter, they also lost the life. So that was just an absolute blunder. At least use your blocker in that situation. I don't know what to say. A lot of mistakes from the Black Yellow Luffy player in this situation, guys. And I'm not trying to be overly critical. Just understand, I'm trying to just point to what's going on here. Okay? Because, hey, if this happens to you, you'll know what not to do. Okay, attach that. And now this is probably going to be... I would just go 7 here and 7, I think. Yeah. 7, or 8, excuse me. It's going to swing for 8. And then this is another 8K attack here. And this cannot be blocked, by the way. And he just used a 2K counter. The game's over. The game's over, isn't it? Because he couldn't counter out of that 9K and he messed up. Counter step. We're just waiting for him. He's got 1 card left in hand. What are you going to do? Come on. Pause. It was a Thunderbolt. Okay, so I thought this game was over. Really good stuff there. I have a lot more games coming from this guy. Lake Wolf, like I said, I'll have everything posted in the comment section below as well. If you want to support his channel, go follow him, go give him a subscribe. You'll get to watch the entire video if you want to, and get a sneak peek on future episodes here on the episodes like for a TV show, right? On future versions, or I guess future episodes probably is the most accurate of my channel, where we're going to go over more of his stuff in the future. One more thing I do want to look at is the deck list one more time. It's nice when they have the deck list on here. Really like that. I do enjoy playing the Revo Army build, but something inside me is saying that the best way to build this in OP08, not in the version we just saw. This was OP07, I believe. But this actually might have been an OP06.5. The more I'm looking at it, this might not even be OP07 yet. But I think going forward in like OP08, OP08.5, I think Whitebeard Pirates might be one of the best ways to build this leader, but we'll talk more about that as we get to it. All right, really good stuff there. Really good stuff, though, on for that community gameplay review. Okay, next up. Now we have the meta info I was telling you guys about. Now, this entire page here is in Japanese. Let me also move this stuff. Don't worry, guys. Excuse me. All right, there we go. So this is all in Japanese. I will link this in the comment section below as well for you to read at your own leisure, but I will at least give you guys an idea of what's going on here and give you an idea of like what's being said. So look at what this is just the Google translation. The Surgeon of Death, once again, talking about Red Purple Law, right? This environment is all due to his influence. Even if it happens twice, it won't happen a third time. Following the second consecutive victory of Zero Lucci, they're calling it, like, you know, like S tier, absolute zero tier Lucci. Red Purple Law makes a big counterattack. However, Zero Lucci is also steadily gaining strength and gaining ground. You can read this whole thing if you want to. That's not even what I really care about in this. Like, I mean, I think this is all very well written, but here's what I wanted to focus on, guys. Check this out. First up, check this out, guys. So this was at a, oh, and let me check the date here. There is a date right here. So here it is, 7/11. So this was on July 11th. Okay, and check this out. This is the breakdown of a 1,100 player tournament. Okay, it says 476 out of 1,100. So I think if you add up this number down here, it will be 476 maybe. I'm not exactly sure, guys. But then it also will have... if I read the whole thing, it'd probably make more sense, but I just want to focus on a few things. All right, first of all, Red Purple Law with 150 player attendance, you know, at it. Lucci with 100 players, Enel 55, Black Yellow Luffy 27, Bonnie 19, Katakuri 15, 14 for Green Yellow Yamato, 12 for Nami, and 11 for Calgara. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, then we'll go over to Marco. Marco with the 10th most representation for this tournament. Not bad. And then Gecko Moria just under that. But check this out. Then Boa Hancock. And then Red Yellow Sabo. That's right. Red Yellow Sabo, guys. This leader has potential. I don't know how else to say it, guys. The leader has potential. This leader has potential. Now, it says down here at the bottom, it says 636 unknown. So maybe there was 1,100 players, and they're only talking about the players who... Oh, it says second wave of preliminary one tournament. I'm sorry if this information is off, guys. Help me out in the comment section below. But it looks like this is saying the people who made it to day 2 or to the second wave. I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, guys, look at this Sabo, and we have an even better breakdown. Look at this next one, guys. Oh, what's this? All the way at the very top of the highest win percentage in this entire tournament, the Tokyo Second Wave 1 preliminary tournament. Oh, it's Red Yellow Sabo. That's weird. That's weird. Oh, wait, it's not weird for us, right? Because we already knew this. Like, we have been talking about this on the channel. It is still limited information. It's, like I said, I think it was only out of 4 players. But hey, Sabo, Moria, and Lucci with the highest win percentage. Red Purple Law, not too far behind. Really not that far behind. And then Zero Lucci. Wait, maybe Zero Lucci is something else. Maybe that's... maybe one is a stage Lucci and the other is a Zero Lucci. If you guys know, help me out in the comment section below, because I don't know off the top of my head, and I will be looking it up after this video, but too late for that now when we're in the middle of it. Nami with a very high win percentage as well, around 55% or maybe 52, 53%, something like that. Purple Luffy up there, Katakuri, Red Purple Law. Then Calgara is the last leader to break even. Then the rest are a little bit under that. Enel is under a 50% win rate, and this is the average across the entire OP08 board over there. Okay, here we go. It looks like it says up here it says 1358 out of 2850 matches. So 1,358 matches out of 2,850. Again, I don't speak Japanese, so it's so much harder for me to put this information together. Leaders with more than 10 battles recorded. Very cool. Okay, now, a few other things down here. Like I said, Black Yellow Luffy. I have a feeling this is starting to fall off. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, and someone kind of said something in the comment section, like, dude, that's a 9,000 power leader. It's like, yeah, I hear you, but it's just not showing results anymore. I think OP07, it will be able to have results, and I think OP07 is kind of the last, how do I say it? I think OP07, and probably even going into OP07.5 when we get to that region of the meta. Actually, is there an OP07.5? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Whatever the case is, OP07 will probably be your last big chance to make something happen with Black Yellow Luffy. This is OP08, guys, and look at this. In these tournaments that we were just looking at, under a 50% win rate. And again, that's on the average. Of course, there's going to be the anomalies, the really good players who are making it work, who are like showing up in the top 16s, who are showing up in the top 32s, maybe even the top 8s, right? But as a whole, like overall, in general, this is the win percentage you should expect from these decks. And guys, if you're not playing on the Calgara and to the left here, or my left, I don't know if it's y'all's right or I don't know, whatever. Like Calgara and to the left here, then you're probably playing a deck that has a lower chance to win. But at the same time, there's reasons to play those as well, or to make adjustments to those decks to try to make them fit better in the meta and to work better and play better into these decks on the left. Anyway, All right, that's about it, guys. Let me hop out of this picture here. I think there was one more thing I wanted to show on here. Oh, but I didn't have it up. Let me see if I can just do this. It's this one right here. If I right-click, translate, let's see if it actually... No, it actually... Sometimes that translator's a little bit wonky, but it works today. Red and Yellow Sabo achieved first place in winning percentage, again, with a small number of elites. Flash also won the next day. I don't know what that... Flash also won the next day. Not exactly sure. And again, I will link this in the comment section below if you want to read through all of this. And it looks like we're only getting this front information here. And then the rest, I believe, is paywalled. Guys, look at this. 420 yen if you want to read the rest or something. Let me see if it lets me translate this. Hang on. If I click this and drag it. So y'all are just coming for a ride with me today, guys. Sorry. Translate selection into English. From here on out, for something characters, images for 420 yen for a limited time only if you pay through... probably PayPal. It says PayPay. You can get a discount. So again, this is really nice information, and like they have stuff where you actually have to pay to have the full, you know, breakdown from these write-ups. But the thing that I wanted to focus on, and I'm not sponsored by this website. I have no idea who these people are. My buddy at my locals sent me this, and I just thought this information was so fascinating for us Red Yellow Sabo enthusiasts. Guys, look at that. That is not something to scoff at. Not that is incredible. 50% over a 60% win rate with Red Yellow Sabo players, even though it was only 4 of them. I really hope this starts picking up traction in the East and in the West, and that we start seeing this leader pop off. Okay, really cool stuff there. What's up next? Next, I want to talk about some extra support that's coming out for OP08.5. Is this the one? No, it's this one. Check this out, guys. This is ST20. ST15 through ST20 are all going to come out in 1 month. Whenever they are going to come out, like in the West and the East, all of them are going to be released at one time. And there are 2 cards. Really, there's 1 card I want to talk about, but there's 2 we'll look at. Number 1 is this card. This card is actually probably going to be absolutely cracked in Red Yellow Sabo, guys. Number 1 is a 6 cost 7k. 7,000 power is exactly what we need to turn on the leader effect. And look at this effect, guys. On play, trash 1 card from your hand, and then your opponent gets to choose. Oh, another one of the choose ones, right? Just like the 7 cost Linlin, which, hey, maybe we run that too. Choose one. Your opponent trashes 2 cards from their hand or trash the card from the top of their life. Guys, can you imagine recycling this every single turn? Now, you probably can't do it every single turn, right? Because you are trashing cards as well. But that's kind of worth it, right? You're establishing a 6 cost 7k body. So that's good. And now you trash 1 card from your hand. Now your opponent has to give you 2 cards, right? They have to give you 2 cards from their hand, or they have to lose their top life card. Now, of course, you know, as the game goes on, this card does lose power as they go to like 0 life. But if they're at 0 life, guess what we're going to do? We're going to try and load up a red, you know, Rush Luffy and just swing through with Unblockable. So I think this card is going to be really good in Red Yellow Sabo moving forward. And then one other card that might be decent, I don't know, I'm kind of torn on it, is this one. It's a 5 cost, 6,000 power, 1k blocker. Activate main, check this out. Activate main once per turn. You may turn 1 card from the top of your life cards face up and give up to 1 Rested Dawn card to your leader or one of your characters. It's a way to get free Dawn around as long as you do have a life card to flip face up. And I was starting to think like maybe we'll be able to combo this with a card like Shanks. And this might be a little bit gimmicky, guys, but y'all tell me what you think in the comment section below if you think there might be some potential here. Let me click on the normal art one. So this comes from ST13. It's a 7 cost, 7,000 power character. So again, that's right where we need it to be. 4 Emperors, Red-Haired Pirates, that part doesn't matter. Effect is on play. You may turn 1 of your face-up life cards face down. And if your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards. So the chances of them having 7 cards in their hand, if we're going to have the card we just looked at, let me bring back, hang on 1 second, guys. There we go. Bringing this back up. The chances of our opponent having that many cards in hand is very unlikely if we're already running a card like this. Because I think most people will trash 2 cards from their hand before they trash the top card of their life. Maybe it depends on the situation, obviously. But hey, you never know. Maybe there will be a route we can go either with this character and then not worry about Shanks, or maybe we don't worry about this character and we actually go with the Katakuri here, and we can start flipping cards up in flipping our top life card face up, moving Dawn around, and then playing out Shanks, just, you know, pop cards from their life if they have 7 or more cards in hand. Something to look at, some pretty decent support. One other card of support, I've been talking about this one for a while. This one right here, guys, this in ST15, which will be the new red starter deck with a Newgate. This card, guys, where is he? There it is. This card, for me, it just screams Sabo, and it, of course, Red Blue Marco as well. I know Red Blue Marco is going to really benefit from this card, but guys, for me, I'm Sabo brain right now. I'm Sabo, red, yellow, Sabo minded. This card just screams red, yellow, Sabo to me. 7 cost, 8,000 power. That's perfect. That's where we need it. It's 1 over what we need, even so it's even bigger. And then on play, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader or one of your characters. And then activate main, rest this character, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 5,000 power or less. So do you see what you can possibly do, or like some of the potential you could do with this card? You plop this card down, you give a Dawn to your leader from playing it, then you rest this character to pop a 5,000 power or less character on the board, and then you could just put this character back to the top of your life if you want to. Or if you have another target on the board, potentially, put that card on top of life and make this guy a 10,000 power character for the turn where there's like almost no way they're going to be able to attack into it. You know what I mean? Just really good stuff there. All right, that's enough of that, guys. I'm still so excited about Red Yellow Sabo. We got one more part of this video we got to go over. A quick game on the Sig. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to edit the video there. You know, I very rarely edit videos, but I had to edit this one and like set up the game properly. I didn't have it all figured out yet, but here we are. We're ready to go now. We've got a game of green, blue, Zonji, and red, purple, Law. Okay, and in this deck, guys, let me make sure the volume is off. Yeah, the speed's on 2x. Like I said, I'm ready to go now. Let me hit play. This version of Zonji I'm running is OP08, guys. Some really interesting stuff going on here. Notice I've got the carrot. Notice I've got the Neko Mamushi. Guys, that Neko Mamushi is actually so good for what we're trying to do with this deck. Okay, so my red-purple opponent here, red-purple Law opponent, they go ahead and plop down a Gordon on turn 1, swinging for 5. I'm going to attack the Gordon. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to give you cards to hand. I'm going to attack the Gordon with my leader, and I'm going to play out a Jinbei, which cheats out the what's his name? The Edward Weevil. Now, right here, he's going to -3 to my Edward Weevil, bottom decking it, and it looks like he's probably going to swing for 6. Plays out Kid and Killer. Okay, so swing for 6. I need to counter out of this one, or he'll be coming in for 7 with the Kid and Killer. Swing 5 in the leader. That's fine. Swing 5 with the leader, and let's see what happens here. Play out the Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock is like 1,000 power too much for like being the perfect card in this deck, but it's a 6 cost 8k. I can't really complain too much about that. I locked down the Kid and Killer here. They're going to swing for 6 at me. I can take it now if I want to, because I don't care if they can't attack with their Kid and Killer. Unless they have another one in hand. They play out Trafalgar Law, -3, play out a Sanji, get a Dawn back with Pudding. You guys know how this goes, right? Okay, so in this situation here, I don't have a great play, so I need to keep chipping away at my opponent's life. That's my plan here. So I swing for 6, and then I swing for 8. Let's see what they give me. They give me both life cards, and now I'm just going to bottom deck their 2 best cards. This version of the list is running Gravity Blade Raging Tigers. It's running Carrots to lock down characters. It's running Neko Mamushis to get that extra blitz in, because that's a rush card, guys, when they have 7 or more tapped cards. Okay, they're going to swing for 5 at me here. I get a Gravity Blade Raging Tiger. I go ahead and just use that to bottom deck one of their cards. It's fine. Right here, I think I want to counter out of it. Very nice. But guys, they're in a lot of trouble here. Do y'all see how they have no blocker? Watch this. Pause. I have lethal. Swing for 7. Watch this, guys. So they... Okay. Neko Mamushi, this new card at the bottom left here, is a 5 cost 6k with 5 cost 6,000 power 1k counter rusher if my opponent has 7 or more rested cards. Well, they have 7 more rested Dawn, so we're good. We're good in that department. They have 1 card in hand, no blocker, so all they can get out of is a 7k attack. And here we go. Play. Swing for 7. We know it's going to go through. Now I play out the Neko Mamushi for 5. Load up 3. Swing for 9. It's impossible to get out of. They're a 5,000 power leader. They only have 2 cards in hand. GG. There's no Dawn open. It can't be any kind of event. Good game. So that, guys, OP08 is going to be giving some pretty interesting stuff to green, blue, Zonji, and I will explore that more in the near future. I'll probably have a video coming out on this very soon. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down this list here, guys. Let me, whoops, go make my head smaller. There we go. This is the list I was messing around with. I think it's decent. You know, I think it can use some revisions. I'm running the Mihawks that can cheat out the Zoros or the Weevils, and of course I'm running the Jinbei, which can also cheat out the Weevils. I'm experimenting with this card. It's a blocker. It draws me a card. I can just bounce it back to my hand very easily with my leader effect to attack twice with one of these other characters. But guys, the big star of the show is this Neko Mamushi. This card is actually very nice, guys. I'm only running 2 because it's more of a finisher in this list. Hody Jones is also a very good finisher, But this guy I can stand twice and swing with. You understand? Like, if they have 7 or more rested cards, like it says right here, to get this character rush on play, guys, for 6 Dawn, I'm swinging for 7, and then 1 more Dawn on my leader. I can restand him if I have another card to return back to my hand with my leader effect, and then I can swing for 7 again. And this is a rush card, guy. Like, this card, guys, this card is very nice. Now, this version is running both the Zoro and the Weevil. It's very low. It's got a lot of bricks in it. I'm still kind of working that part out. But I think it's definitely a step in the right direction, because one thing I will say about this deck, guys, is it is a Blitz Rush style deck, because this leader just goes off. The leader just goes off, guys. Like, never-ending onslaught of damage, or however you say that. Just totally relentless damage coming in. Really good stuff. Very fun. I am playing 10. Like, I'm running 4 of the 10 cost, guys. This is not necessary. And, like, if I were to adjust this list, this card would come out immediately. I really liked the carrots, even though I didn't get to show them off in that video. Carrot is a very interesting idea, guys. That is not a once per turn action. On play / when attacking, up to one of your opponent's rested cost 7 or less characters do not become active during its owner's next refresh phase. And this one's not leader locked like some of the other ones, right? Like, I think it's is it Inurashi? Inurashi? Let me see. Is it just IN? Let's see if it comes up. It's probably gonna come up with a bunch of cards. Y'all just bear with me. Okay. You know, I just thought of it. I should have just done 08. Hang on one second, guys, because that's what I'm looking for from green. Here we go. So it's this card, right? No, not Pedro. Here he is, this guy. This card is leader locked. I would love to run this card in my Zonji deck, but it says on play, if your leader has the Minx type, up to 2 of your opponent's rested cost 5 lower characters cannot be set active during their next refresh phase. Like, that's not what I want. Yeah, I mean, I need it to not be leader locked. And this card, not leader locked. This card is very solid. And it just keeps things. And like I said, this is not a once per turn action. So if they have multiple characters down, okay, we're going to lock down both of them and just go 7s at face. Now it's like they don't have that character anymore. Or if we need to, we can go into the board and start clearing up the board. It's another option. This card, again, Nekomamushi, very, very good, guys. There might be a version of this deck in the future. Hear me out. There might be a version of this deck in the future that might be Minx. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below, because there are some others. There's other ones as well in here. See, this is another when attacking that's not once per turn. Really cool stuff here. Maybe not because of certain ones being leader locked like Inurashi, but hey, this blocker right here, this is a card in the deck we can swing with, then stand him back up and then use his block on the next turn if we need to. You know, it's something we can pull off. This one's interesting as well. Electrical Luna. 3 cost, main. All of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 7 or less do not become active during their opponent's next refresh phase. This card is almost as it's good. It's good in a different way, like how Gravity Blade Raging Tiger is. Like maybe in a future list, I go down one of these and go up like 2 of the Electrical Luna card. Okay, let me see this one. All your percent. There's other stuff. I'm not going to go through all of it right now. Sorry, guys. All right. I'm going to end right there. I don't want to go off on too many tangents because I guess I'll start looking at these and start brainstorming. We're just going to leave it there for today because I do want to revisit this leader in a future video. All right. To wrap up, guys, y'all tell me what you think. What did y'all think about Red Yellow Sabo being the highest win rate in the last tournament? Now, that was only out of 4 decks. I understand it's very limited information, but it's not. I mean, think about it. Only 4 people showed up with Red Yellow Sabo and their win percentage was 60%. That's imagine if there were like 30 or 40 players came with Red Yellow Sabo, or because we saw some decks were running in there, or excuse me, Red Purple Law had like 150 decks. Lucci had, I think, 100 or something like that. So imagine if Red Yellow Sabo had like 50, just like less than half of Red Purple Law. It's like a third of Red Purple Law and half of Lucci. That then I think Red Yellow Sabo could start making its way to the top tables, because that's another thing you have to remember, guys. When it comes to winning tournaments, it's not just pure skill. Skill is definitely involved, but matchups really matter. Like what did you match up against? You know what I mean? And you're bound to win, lose a game here and there. It just happens. You're going to run into a counter every now and then. So yeah. Anyway, all right. I'm done ranting. Let me go ahead and get the Patreon page up here, or actually the playmats first. Thank you to everybody who has bought a playmat. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Y'all have helped me out big time. I still got some left. I still got about half left. So if you're so interested, by all means, hit me up. And then also for the Patreon, thank you guys so much for helping me out. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody who just watches my channel, likes, subscribes, shares, comments. If you're doing any of that, you're helping me out. So anything and everything you do like that is big time, guys. I really, really appreciate it. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.